IEB candidates have to read an additional 7 books by the middle of their matric year. This series of videos is an attempt to promote suitable books to students within the IEB curriculum. Today's recommendation is for Delia Owens' absorbing novel, Where the Crawdads Sing. I was unable to put down this book and read it in one sitting. A trigger warning is necessary, as there is some explicit language, family abuse, and an attempted rape. The American author and zoologist Delia Owens should be well known to South African readers. She has written numerous books about our part of the world, with The Cry of the Kalahari being one of the best known. She and her husband have spent many, many years in the wild in various countries. She brings her naturalist's mind and zoological training to her writing. She has called her latest book, Where the Crawdads Sing, a socio-biological thriller. The gorgeous photograph on the cover of the novel depicts the North Carolina marshland at sunset, the setting of the novel. The still waters are deceptive, as there is much conflict in the undercurrents. The blurb on the back of the novel gives the following plot outline. For years, rumors of the Marsh Girl have haunted Barclay Cove, a quiet town on the North Carolina coast. So in late 1969, when handsome Chase Andrews is found dead, the locals immediately suspect Kia Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl. But Kia is not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she has survived for years alone in the marsh that she calls home, finding friends in the gulls and lessons in the sand. And then the time comes when she yearns to be loved. When 2 young men from town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kia opens herself to a new life until the unthinkable happens. And the New York Times Book Review has this to add: painfully beautiful. At once a murder mystery, a coming-of-age narrative, and a celebration of nature. The setting of the novel is part of the attraction of this book. The descriptions of the swamplands and marshes in North Carolina are breathtaking in their beauty. It's a strange world inhabited by fiercely independent people who have preserved their swamp way of life for generations. The Crawdads in the title are a reference to a species of freshwater crayfish fished in these marsh waters by the local population. We meet the protagonist, Kia, in 1952 when she's 6 years old. The first section of the novel describes her troubled childhood as she learns to survive without parents and without a formal education in the marshes. She's mercilessly teased by the townsfolk, but does befriend an old fisherman and his wife, Jumpin and Mabel, who look out for her. She's also befriended by a local teenager, Tate. The second part of the novel is from 1965, when Kia is 19. She is betrayed by Tate and Chase Andrews. The story of Chase's death unfolds, and there is a sucker punch of an ending that you won't see coming. The first page of the book starts in 1969 with some intriguing information about a body found in the swamp. 1969. Marsh is not swamp. Marsh is a space of light where grass grows in water and water flows into the sky. Slow-moving creeks wander, carrying the orb of the sun with them to the sea, and long-legged birds lift with unexpected grace, as though not built to fly, against the roar of 1,000 snow geese. Then within the marsh, here and there, true swamp crawls into low-lying bogs, hidden in clammy forests. Swamp water is still and dark, having swallowed the light in its muddy throat. Even night crawlers are diurnal in this lair. There are sounds, of course, but compared to the marsh, the swamp is quiet because decomposition is cellular work. Life decays and reeks and returns to the rotted duff, a poignant wallow of death begetting life. On the morning of October 30, 1969, the body of Chase Andrews lay in the swamp, which would have absorbed it silently, routinely, hiding it for good. A swamp knows all about death and doesn't necessarily define it as tragedy, certainly not as sin. But this morning, 2 boys from the village rode their bikes out to the old fire tower, and from the 3rd switchback spotted his denim jacket. This video recommendation has been made thanks to a fellow teacher, Ms. Madeleine West Evans from Maranatha Christian School in Kempton Park, South Africa. She suggested that I promote this excellent novel to all of you. Thanks, Madeleine. This is a brilliant choice for our students. If you have any book recommendations for IEB students that you would like to see promoted in this series of videos, please drop me an email with the information about the book. And that's it for now. I'm off to continue reading another good book.